Hello dear friends, how are you? After a long time we are meeting on this online classes. So you are welcome in this online classes. Dear friends, it is your third semester and I think you have been downloaded the syllabus of this third semester. As per the curriculum of Swami Ramananda Marathwada University, Nanded, we are going to just complete our syllabi. Dear friends, I am going to conduct your paper number 6th of this semester 3rd. The title of the paper is Fish Diseases and Management. Here the title indicates that in this paper we have to see the study of various type of diseases and their management. So you know very well, any type of disease which is harmful for the human beings, the animals, plants and all the living things. So that disease will affect in a various way. We are more concerned with these fisheries. Therefore, it is directly related to the fish production. When our aim is to have the business, a commercial business of the fisheries, so you must take the care of the fishes to prevent the diseases, because these diseases directly affect the high yield production. Indirectly, it will affecting your financial position of the fish farmers, fish developers, fish cultivators. Dear friends, from that syllabus of this paper number 6, that is Fish Disease Management, today we are going to start the second unit of that paper, that is type of fish diseases. In this chapter, in this unit, we are to see the details regarding the various type of diseases. So at the time of the writing the answer, you should go through the particular fashion. That is, each disease you have to write down, you have to express, you have to write down the notes on the particular manner. So of each diseases you must go through that is the causing organism. We have to see the certain bits of particular type of disease. What are that points? You should go through the causing organisms, the symptoms and their treatment, and if life cycle is there, you should have to go through the life cycle also. So today we are going to start the second unit of that paper, that is types of fish diseases. There are various type of diseases in that unit, that are bacterial diseases, that are the dropsy and fin rot, viral diseases, fungal diseases and epizootic ulcerative syndrome disease in fishes. So 3 to 4 type of diseases we have to discuss under that unit number 2nd. So among that we are going to see the first one, that is you may call as the dropsy, fish disease dropsy. Before seeing the fish diseases and their management, you should have certain points: how they occurs, how disease occurs, what are the probable causality of the diseases and so on. When you see the certain background of the fish diseases, you know very well, previously I told that fish disease affect various ways into the plants, animals and so on into the living things. When there is a diseases, we have ultimately the resistance power to repel that diseases, and this defensive mechanism, these defensive devices of that animal body is having particularly three types. That means how whenever any type of fish disease occurs, how fish do, how will fish manage itself. We know very well our body is having a good type of immune system. Animals, the plants are having a immune system. So how it works and what are the possible ways how that mechanism is going on to repel the such type of harmful diseases. Here that defensive mechanisms, defensive devices in a fish bodies, no doubt, as in case of the other animals also, similar defensive mechanism is also found in case of the fishes also. As in case of a human being, we are also having basically two types of the defensive mechanism system. That is, one is inflammation, another one is a immune response. So that that disease is recovered, disease is repelled by our body by two main systems. One is known as the inflammation, another one is known as the immune response. This inflammation, what do you mean by inflammation? It is nothing but it is measured to provide the favorable condition for homeostasis operation against the stress, in which, so what will happen into the inflammation? What is actually inflammation? So whenever any type of the any infection is there, any wound is there, ultimately they starts recovers. That is due to that this inflammation mechanism only. So in this inflammation mechanism, in this inflammation response, here the dilation of the blood vessels will take place. Besides that, that blood capillaries will get dilated, lumen of the blood capillaries will get expanded, and infiltration of the serum protein WBC as well as the monocytes, thrombocytes goes towards that you may call as the infected area where the pathogen is there, where wound is there. So itself there is a recovery of wound, and here we find that the fish will become going to recover very well. That means inflammation is a one type of a defensive system in case of the animals, in case of the fishes. Similarly, the another type of immune response is also there, which will just have the better effect for the recovery of the wounds as well as the diseases. This immune response, of course, it is just a reaction of antigen and antibody. Whenever there is any type of infection, our body, the fish body, will just start to reproduce the antibodies. So antigen and antibody reaction is taking place, and thus due to these antibodies, the fish is able to repel, to prevent the disease. So in this immune response, these antibodies tend to bind the antigen into the larger aggregate form, produce the toxicity of that particular type of the antigen. So it is the matter of antigen as well as the antibodies. So with the help of the antibodies, the immune response will just repel such type of disease. So for recovery of the disease, this only a very simple type of mechanism, that is you may call it inflammation as well as the immune response is responsible, and this will just get the recovery of the fish. So it is little bit about the how our body, how the fish body will give the response against the various types of diseases. Today we are going to see about the one of the important fish disease, that is known as the dropsy, that is fish dropsy. In case of dropsy, what will happen? You have been seen that this dropsy occurring before that. See here, I am going to share the slides. 1 minute, please. So here, yes, bacterial disease dropsy. So each disease we know very well. Disease of the various type. Some are the nutritional diseases, some are the pathogenic diseases, some are the non-pathogenic diseases. So among these, this dropsy, it is one type of pathogen is there, and of course it is of the bacterial disease. So this bacterial disease dropsy, it is a no doubt causing organism is bacteria. That causing organism is a Pseudomonas, as you are going to see into the slide. It is a Pseudomonas florensis. So due to there are several species of Pseudomonas, and that Pseudomonas species are responsible for causing the dropsy. So what are the visible type of the symptoms of the dropsy disease? A major and very visible primary type of the symptom of the dropsy disease is that the body of the fish will become bulgy. A swollen body will there. So this bulgy body, a swollen body, is the one very nice and visible type of the symptom of the dropsy disease. Here these abdomens become bulgy. How it becomes bulgy? Why it become bulgy? Because here there is a accumulation of the body fluid. So due to certain type of the mechanism, due to certain type of the reactions, here that the body of the fish will become bulgy, and there is an accumulation of that body fluid into the cells and tissue, and thus here the body become, particularly the abdomen of the fish will become bulgy. It is very distinct type of, you can observe very well. It is a very simple and primary type of the symptom of that dropsy disease. So it is simply, what is the cause? Cause is here. What is the causing organism? Organism is the Pseudomonas, particularly Pseudomonas florens. So this Pseudomonas will cause, and here due to the infection of that bacteria Pseudomonas, here there will be the accumulation of the body fluid into the tissue and cell of the fish, and thus the body become you may call as the swollen, become a bulging out body is there. And another one important symptom of that dropsy disease is the scales will become the protrude. The scales will, just we have seen that scales are overlapping flat. They are overlapping to each other and they are flat. But in this case, dropsy, here the fish, the scales will become a protrude. Here the elevation of the scales many of the times you will find. So that protrude scale is another one important type of the symptom in case of that bacterial disease dropsy. Besides that, the elevation of the scales, besides the bulgy abdomen, there are another one important symptom is there. The eyes of the fish also become sunken. Sunken eyes are there. What do you mean by sunken eyes? That means that the orbit of the eyes will become just somewhat deeper. It is not normal, and along with that sunken eyes, that eyes are looking bulging out, coming out. So that sunken eyes and bulging coming out eyes, these are the another one important symptom of that bacterial disease dropsy. Besides that, you have seen in that slide deformation of backbone. So here many of the times, due to the infection of that Pseudomonas, here the vertebral column will get some sort of deformation. It may be the bend at the points. So there is a bending, there is a deformation of the vertebral column, we also call as the backbone, into the fishes also. So this is that is deformation of the backbone, deformation of the vertebral column. It is one of the important type of the symptom. It is also the one important symptom of dropsy disease. Besides that, what is the regular type of, what is the another type of symptom. It is just that there is a appetite will occur into the fishes. When your fish are suffering from that dropsy, there is a appetite. Here just fish will stop, and fish will stop the feeding rate, the feeding time, feeding you may call as the frequency will reduces the fishes, and ultimately when there is an advanced stage of the dropsy disease is there, the fish will just stop their diet, they stop the feeding. So when your fishes are going to stop their feeding, that means it may be the signal of that dropsy disease. Otherwise, when fishes are healthy, they don't get such type of the stoppage of the feeding. So in this case, the feeding stop, it is also known as the appetite. When you go another point of that symptoms, that is ulcerative type of the features will also occurs on the skin. So the skins will get such type of patches. The patches of ulcers on the skin is also recorded into the several species. So, and many of the times when there is an advanced condition of that dropsy here, there might be the bleeding of that patches. Bleeding may occur through that patches. So the ulcerative type of bleeding on the body surface is another one important symptom of that bacterial disease dropsy. Besides that, what are the very basic type of the symptoms? The fish will become restless. Here, when fish suffers from that bacterial disease dropsy, here that fish will just look like very uncomfortable into the ponds as well as the aquarium, and it forms likely to be the restless and jumping behavior from the aquarium, from the pond is also generally recorded. That means when your fish is going to stop their diet, stop feeding, and restless as well as showing the frequently jumping type of behavior, at that time that is the indication of the bacterial disease dropsy. And whenever the you may call as whenever the fish is having already suffering from any other type of diseases, or you may call any type of wound is there in that fishes that are more susceptible due to that wounding, that fishes are more susceptible which are already infected, which are already wounded. So the wounded fishes, by this or that reason wound is there at that time, that fishes are very susceptible for such type of bacterial disease. When we say about the treatment, when your so now it is clear that that particular fish is having a bacterial disease dropsy. So what is the probable type of treatment? You know very well, in case of Pisces, in case of the fishes, there are several treatments are there. There are few very common treatments are there, and we have to go through that treatment to recover of that bacterial disease. You know very well one common type of treatment is there in each cases of the disease, that is potassium permanganate. A bath of potassium permanganate is recommended for curing of that disease. Of course, that is up to near about 5 mg per liter of the concentration is also recommended, that potassium permanganate. As well as another type of various type of the antibiotics are also recommended. That antibiotics that may be the different type of application is there. So that antibiotics are nothing but here the streptomycin, as well as the you have been seen in the slide, that are streptomycin as well as oxytetracycline, chloromycetin. These are the various type of drugs available for curing of that dropsy disease. If one or two or few fishes, when you are observing from the pond or the aquarium, it is possible to just isolate that fishes. Just simply we know that you should have to quarantine that fishes. You have to make a separate tank, and you have to collect that infected fishes, and you have to just give a separate treatment for that fishes. That is, you should have the quarantine tank in which infected fishes are kept, and as per the guidelines you have to give their you may call as treatment. If the fishes are large in number, So at that time the isolation of the fishes is not possible. At that time you have to just simply drain out that particular pond, drying of that pond and liming of that pond. So these are the some of the treatment for that bacterial disease dropsy. We know very well in case of the you may call as the conditions where that diseases will occur rapidly. Of course, in the hot atmosphere, when their climate is hot, temperate at that time, that fishes are more susceptible for the fish disease. So there are this type of the particular causing organism, as well as the symptom of the disease and the you may call as treatment of the disease. We shall stop here. We will see the next part into the next video.